Good morning, children. I welcome you all for today's English session. Hope all are doing good. Children, have you seen the marks and the answer sheets? A lot more corrections are there in each and every sheet, children. But there are limitations and difficulties regarding the correction through such a device like a mobile phone. But now, I would like to point out some mistakes that I have seen while correcting your papers. The first one, children, almost 10 students didn't write their name in your answer sheet. Almost 10 students didn't write their names in your answer sheets. Children, you are in class 10, not in LKG or UKG, to remind you again and again to write your name in class. Don't forget it, children. Please keep it in your mind. The second thing, till today you are not able to send 3 or 4 answer sheets together to your teacher. Children, you don't know how much pain, how much stress and strain teachers have been taken to correct your answer papers. 20-25 students, I am very sure 20-25 students have not taken sincerity and seriousness for writing your exam. You don't know how to write the answers even if the passage is given. That means, children, you didn't read the lessons properly. Children, again and again, I am reminding you, you read the lessons for at least 3 or 4 times. 3 or 4 times, not 5 times, children. At least you have to read the lesson 3 or 4 times before the exam. Then only you can present your answers in such a way to impress the teachers who correct your papers. Okay, children. See? Children, those who have got below 17 marks out of 20, below 17 marks, it means you have to improve a lot by reading again and again the lessons. Understood, children? I think many of you got below 10. Not all the children. Again and again, I am telling you, children, 20-25 students. You are not taken it in its seriousness. Children, a few days are more for your exam. So try to start your studies, at least start your studies seriously. Okay. So children, today in this session I will be discussing you the last 4 stanzas of our lesson, The Tale of Custard the Dragon. The last 4 stanzas and the literary devices used in the poem. Okay, so let's move on to our lesson. As you know, we have completed the poem, The Tale of Custard the Dragon. Only 4 more stanzas remain to discuss. So, have you read the poem, children? No. Children, you have to read the poem. Okay, so The Tale of Custard the Dragon. It has been penned by Ogden Nash. So before moving ahead with the concluding stanzas, let me give you a summary of the poem that I taught you in the last class. Okay, we know The Tale of Custard the Dragon. The Tale of Custard the Dragon is a ballad. In our last class, I explained to you what a ballad is. So, The Tale of Custard the Dragon is a ballad. It's a humorous poem about a cowardly dragon named Custard. Custard is a pet of Belinda, a little girl who lives in a little white house with her pets. She had a black kitten named Ink, a grey mouse named Blink, a yellow dog Mustard, and a cowardly dragon Custard. So, Belinda, she was a little girl who lived in a little white house with her pets. Who all are her pets, children? Yes, she had a black kitten named Ink, a grey mouse named Blink, a yellow dog Mustard, and a cowardly dragon Custard. The poet says that all of them are very brave except the dragon. So the poet, He presented Belinda's pets as brave, except the dragon. Others were described as brave and are compared with animals like a bear, tiger, lion. But the dragon is very timid. He always demands a safe place for himself. So all the characters made fun of him. But one night they were surprised by the entry of a pirate in a house. In their house, not in a house, but one day they were surprised by the entry of a pirate in their house. All of them got frightened and started hiding here and there. But to everyone's surprise, the dragon not only tackled him but also ate him up. That means all of them were saved by Custard, the dragon. Actually, it was a coward, but when time came, what did he do, children? Yes, everybody, they were surprised. Everybody means Belinda and her pets. Who are they? Ink, Blink, and Mustard. They were surprised to see the performance of the dragon. First of all of them got frightened and started hiding here and there. But to everyone's surprise, the dragon, what did he do, children? Yes, not only tackled the pirate, but also ate him up, gobbled him. Okay, so listen. Let's move on to the last stanzas. Let me read the first stanza, children. Belinda embraced him, Mustard licked him, not one mourned for his pirate victim. Ink, Blink, in glee did gyrate. Children, the word Gyrate, its pronunciation is gyrate. Ink, Blink, in glee did gyrate round the dragon that ate the pirate. Second stanza. But presently upspoke little dog Mustard. I would have been twice as brave if I hadn't been flustered. And upspoke Ink and upspoke Blink. We would have been there 3 times as brave, we think. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. Belinda still lives in her little white house with her little black kitten and her little grey mouse and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon and her really truly little pet dragon. Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chase lions down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard keeps crying for a nice, safe cage. Okay, children, let's move on to the first one. Belinda embraced him, Mustard licked him. No one mourned for his pirate victim. Ink and Blink in glee did gyrate around the dragon that ate the pirate. So what's happening there, children? Yes, the pirate, he got so shocked by the dragon's performance. The pirate got so shocked by the dragon's reaction or performance that he opened his mouth wide with shock. So what did he do, children? In order to gather some strength, he drank some alcohol from a container in his pocket. After gathering some courage, he fired 2 bullets at the dragon but missed it. By that time, Custard the dragon ate every bit of his fierce looking pirate. So what's going on there, children? Yes, the dragon, as we thought, he was a coward. What did he do? Yes, even the pirate got so shocked by the dragon's performance. At last, what happened to the pirate, children? Yes, he was eaten. He was eaten by the Custard. Custard the dragon Custard the dragon ate every bit of this fierce looking pirate. That is what is happened there, children. Okay, so let's move on to the next stanza. Stanza number 12. Belinda embraced him. Mustard licked him. What happened there, children? Embrace, you know. What's the meaning of embrace? Embraced means hugged. Hugged. So Belinda hugged him. Mustard licked him. You know, Mustard, the name of the dog. So Mustard licked him. Then no one mourned for his pirate victim. You know what's the meaning of mourning? Mourning. What's the meaning of mourn, children? Yes, mourned means felt sorrow for the death of someone. Mourning means feeling sorrow for the death of someone. So here mourn, feel sorrow. Mourned, felt sorrow for the death of someone. Victim, you know, sufferer. Glee. What's the meaning of glee, children? Glee means delight. Then the next word, I told you the pronunciation is gyrate. Gyrate means dance. D-A-N-C-E. Dance. Gyrate, dance. So, what's the content of this stanza, children? Let's see. When the pirate was dead, what happened to the pirate? He was eaten by the dragon. When the pirate was dead, Belinda hugged the dragon. Mustard licked him. No one was sad for the death of the pirate. All of them were happy. Both Ink and Blink were running around the dragon in happiness. Not running, they were dancing. They were dancing around the dragon in happiness. So here, the poet says that all the characters are happy and they are showing their gratitude towards the dragon as if he had saved them. Did you get the stanza, children? Belinda hugged him. Mustard licked him. L-I-C-K-E-D. Mustard licked him. No one mourned for his pirate victim. So, not even a single one. No one was sad for the death of the pirate. All of them were happy. Both Ink and Blink, they gyrate with happiness. They danced with happiness. They danced around the dragon. Why, children? What's the reason? Because the dragon saved their lives. Okay, so here the poet says that all the characters were happy. They were showing their gratitude towards the dragon. By how, children? They have shown their gratitude towards the dragon. Belinda hugged him. Mustard licked him. Ink and Blink. In glee, what did they do? In glee did gyrate around the dragon that ate the pirate. So Ink and Blink, they danced around him. They ran around him. Okay, in order to show their gratitude towards the dragon because the dragon had saved their lives. Clear, children? Once again, I'll give you the meanings. Embraced means hugged. Second word, mourn. Mourn, M-O-U-R-N-E-D. Mourned means feel sorrow for the death of someone. Feel sorrow for the death of someone. So here mourned. So felt sorrow for the death of someone. Then gyrate. Gyrate means dance. D-A-N-C-E-D. Gyrate. D-A-N-C-E-D. Danced. Gyrate. Gyrate. Dance. Gyrate. Glee, happiness or delight. Glee, happiness. Clear? Gyrate means dance. Glee, delight. Then one more word, victim. Clear? So when the pirate was dead, Belinda hugged the dragon and Mustard licked the dragon. No one was sad for the death of the pirate. All of them were happy. Both Ink and Blink, they were dancing around the dragon in happiness. So here the poet says that all the characters were happy and they are showing their gratitude towards the dragon as he had saved them. Clear, children? Then the next one. But presently up spoke little dog Mustard. I would have been twice as brave if I hadn't been flustered. And up spoke Ink and up spoke Blink. We would have been 3 times as brave, we think. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. So, flustered. Have you seen the word, children? Flustered. Second line, flustered. F-L-U-S-T-E-R-E-D. Flustered. What do you mean by flustered? Flustered means confused or upset. Flustered means confused or upset. Okay, so let's see the explanation of this stanza. Yes, they have shown their gratitude towards the dragon. Okay, so after they thanked and showed their love and gratitude towards the dragon, they changed their mind. Did you understand, children? Yes, in the first stanza, we can see their gratitude and their love towards the dragon. But in the next stanza, we can see that they have changed their mind. Who have changed their mind? Ink, Blink, and Mustard. They were reminded of how they used it to make fun of this coward dragon, and now they were all praising him. In the last stanzas, in our last class, we have seen that there were a lot of stanzas they used to make fun of this coward dragon. But now, what's happening there, children? Yes, now in this stanza means in the last stanza, they have praised him. Belinda embraced him, Mustard licked him, and Ink and Blick danced around him in order to show their love and gratitude as the dragon had saved their lives. But now, what's going on there, children? Yes, they have changed their mind. And now, what does the dog say? Yes, at once the dog said that it was just because of some confusion that he wasn't able to do anything. Otherwise, he would have been twice as brave as Custard. Did you get the sentence, children? I would have been twice as brave if I hadn't been flustered, if I hadn't been confused, if I hadn't been upset. What would I do? Yes, I would have been twice as brave if I hadn't been flustered. So this line is from the part of the little dog Mustard. But presently up spoke little dog Mustard. So now Mustard had changed his view. What did he say, children? Yes, I would have been twice as brave if I hadn't been confused. So what he is trying to say? Yes, at once the dog Mustard said that it was just because of some confusion, or it was just because of my upset that I wasn't able to do anything. Otherwise, I would have been twice as brave as Custard. So did you get the line, children? Yes, here the dog said that it was just because of some confusion that he wasn't able to do anything. Otherwise, he would have been twice as brave as Custard. Then what about the condition of Ink and Blink? Yes, both Ink and Blink, and up spoke Ink and up spoke Blink. So both Ink and Blink, they also said that they would have been 3 times braver than Custard. We would have been 3 times as brave, we think. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. So to this the dragon, what did he reply, children? Yes, to this the dragon said that, yes, I quite agree. Yes, he fully agreed to this, that all of them were more powerful and braver than me. Okay, so did you get this answer, children? Yes, after they thanked and showed their love towards the dragon, they changed their mind. What did they say? At once the dog said it was just because of some confusion that he wasn't able to do anything. Otherwise, he would have been twice as brave as Custard. Then what about the opinion, or what about the reply of Ink and Blink? So they also said that they would have been 3 times bigger than Custard. So what's the reply given by the dragon to this? The dragon said that, yes, I quite agree. And Custard said, I quite agree that everybody is braver than me. So he fully agreed that all of them were more powerful and braver than him. Okay. So the next stanza number 14. Total 15 stanzas are there, children. So the second last one. Belinda still lives in her little white house with her little black kitten and her little grey mouse, and her little yellow dog and her little red wagon, and her really truly little pet dragon. So, at last, the poet used the same lines again to show that after this terrific episode in which the dragon was the hero, where all the other characters still undermined him by saying that they were more powerful than him and could have handled the situation in a much better way. So the poet says that life started again in the same manner. Did you understand? So the poet used the same lines again. Why, children? Yes, the poet says that life started again, or life continued in the same manner. Belinda still lives in that little white house with Ink, Blink, Mustard and Custard. All of them are very brave, whereas the dragon is still a coward who always wants to stay safe in his cage. Did you get the stanza? Did you get the stanza, children? Yes. Here the poet used the same lines again. What's the reason, children? Yes, the poet, he wanted to show, or he wanted to say that life, it continued in the same manner. Whose life continued? Yes, Belinda's life continued in the same manner. Belinda still lives in that little white house with her pets, Ink, Blink, and Mustard and Custard, and all of them are very brave. Whereas, what's the condition of the dragon? Just the same, still a coward who always wants to stay safe in his cage. Okay, then again, Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of bears, and Ink and Blink chase lions down the stairs. Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage, and Custard keeps crying for a nice, safer cage. Understood, children? Yes, Belinda is as brave as a barrel full of bears. Barrel, I told you the meaning, barrel means drum. So, Belinda is compared to a barrel full of bears. And Ink and Blink, what they were doing, their children? Yes, they chased lions down the stairs. And Mustard is as brave as a tiger in a rage, an angry tiger. Mustard is compared to a brave tiger, especially a tiger in a rage. And Custard keeps crying for a nice, safe cage. So what's going on there, children? Custard keeps crying. So here again, Custard, he was in the same condition. Yes, he was in a demand to stay safe in his cage. Okay, so did you get the reason why the poet has used the two stanzas, the same two stanzas? It's repeated again. So here the poet used the same lines again to show that after this terrific episode, what terrific episode? Yes, an episode or a battle in between the pirate and the dragon. So after this terrific episode in which the dragon was the hero, the dragon was the hero, where all the other characters, they have, what did they do, children? Yes, all of them have gone, or they hide in their places. And now they're saying that they are more powerful than him and they could have handled the situation in much a better way. So the poet says that life continued again in the same manner. Belinda still lives in a little white house with Ink, Blink, and Mustard. And what about the condition of the dragon? Yes, the Custard keeps crying for a nice, safe cage. Still, he demands to stay safe in his cage. Okay, I hope you understood the poem. Clear, children? So now let's see the explanation of the poem. Not the explanation, children. Now let's see the literary devices used in the poem, The Tale of the Custard, the Dragon. So first of all, the rhyme scheme. So what's the rhyme scheme, children? The rhyme scheme of the poem is AABB. AABB. For example, let's take the first stanza. The rhyming words house, mouse, wagon, dragon. Second stanza, ink, blink, mustard, custard. So we can say the rhyme scheme of the poem is very simple. As I told you earlier, you can read the poem in a rhythm. So there you can see the musical effect of the rhyming pairs. So house, mouse, wagon, dragon. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse, and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon, and a really truly little pet dragon. Ink, blink, mustard, custard. Teeth underneath, nose, toss. Bears, stairs, rage, cage. So, no need to waste the time, children. So, we can say the rhyme scheme of the poem is AABB. Okay. So, the next poetic device used in the poem, or the figure of speech used in the poem, or the literary device used in the poem is simile. You know what's a simile? A simile is a figure of speech. It involves the comparison in between one thing with the other thing, or of a different kind, using the word as or like. I have given you the definition of simile. Still, I am giving you again and again the definition, children. You have to go through it. You have to read it. you have to answer if there is a question like that. The literary device used in this stanza. Okay, so you have to find it out. Simile is used there, or we can say metaphor is used there, or we can say alliteration is used there. So you should be careful with the definition, children. Read it again and again to make it thorough in your mind. So a figure of speech. It's a figure of speech. Simile is a figure of speech. It involves the comparison of one thing with another thing of a different kind using the words as or like. As or like. So a lot of examples are there in this poem, children. See the first one, children. Sharp as mustard. See the second stanza. Third line. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink, and the little grey mouse she called him Blink, and the little dog was sharp as mustard. Sharp as mustard. Then another example. As brave as barrel full of bears. Fourth stanza, children. Here it is. Fourth stanza. First line. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears. A barrel full of bears. So here Belinda is compared to a barrel full of bears. She was as brave as a barrel full of bears. Another one in the same stanza, children. As brave as a tiger in a rage. As brave as a tiger. Second last line. Then mustard here. Mustard is compared to a tiger in a rage. Clear? The words are used here as a tiger. As brave as a tiger. And the next one, children, in the third stanza, a mouth like a fireplace. Third stanza, have you seen that? Yes, mouth like a fireplace. Third line. So here, Custard the dragon. See the third line, it's a description about Custard. Custard the dragon, it had a big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath. Below his body there are scales. Then mouth, what kind of a mouth he had? Yes, mouth like a fireplace. So that's an example for a simile. So mouth like a fireplace. Understood? One more example for simile is it in the 10th stanza, children. His tail like irons in a dungeon. His tails like irons in a dungeon. Let me see the 10th stanza. Here it is, children. See, here it is. But up jumped Custard, snorting like an engine, clashed his tail like irons in a dungeon. So here, Custard's tail, it's compared to irons in a dungeon that I explained in the last class. Okay, so 10th stanza. There also you can see an example for simile. So what do you mean by simile? Let me give you the definition once again, children. It's a figure of speech. It involves the comparison in between one thing with another of a different kind using the words as or like. Okay, so that is what is simile. So the next poetic device used by the poet is metaphor. Metaphor, the difference between simile and metaphor, many times I have explained to you. So what's it, children? What's the difference between simile and metaphor? Metaphor is an indirect comparison. So it's a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. There will be a common quality in between them. Okay, it's not literally applicable. So it's a figure of speech in which a word or phrase is applied to an object or action to which it is not literally applicable. For example, in the third stanza we can see chimney for a nose. Have you seen that? Here it is, children. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth and spikes on top of him and scales underneath. Mouth like a fireplace. It's an example for simile. Chimney for a nose. Chimney, you know what's a chimney. Chimney for a nose. So here, the nose of the tiger, not tiger, children, the nose of the custard. It's compared to chimney. What's the reason, children? There are a single quality, a similar quality in between nose and chimney. We have nostrils in our nose. Nostrils. Same like that, chimney. Chimney has holes. For what, children? In order to make the smoke out. Okay, so chimney has also holes and our nose was also holes, nostrils. Did you understand? So that is what is the poetic device metaphor used in these lines in the third stanza. Chimney for a nose, it's an example for metaphor. And in this same stanza, we can see one more example for metaphor. Daggers on his toes. You know what's the meaning of daggers? I told you dagger means a sharp knife or sword. So here, daggers on his toes. Toes, you know. So his toes are as sharp as a tiger. So did you get the definition, children? Yes, it's compared to a dagger. That is what is. There is a common quality in between his toes and daggers. Both are sharp. Both are sharp. Chimney and nose both have holes. And daggers and toes both are sharp. A similar quality is in between. But it's not literally applicable. Understood? So that is what is the metaphor, or that is what is the figure of speech metaphor that is used in this poem. Then the next one is alliteration, not alliteration, children. Its correct pronunciation is alliteration. alliteration. You know, the occurrence of the same letter or sound at the beginning of adjacent or closely connected words. Okay, so a lot of examples are there for alliteration, children. Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears. Have you seen that fourth stanza? Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears. So, which sound is repeated there, children? Belinda, brave, barrel, bears. And in the fourth stanza, in the same stanza, you can see one more example for alliteration. But Custard cried for a nice, safe cage. Custard cried. Custard, see. Cried, again C is repeated. Cage, another C. The letter C is repeated. The sound K. Custard, cried, cage. Then in the second stanza. But the dragon was a coward and she called him Custard. The last line in the second stanza, last line, but the dragon was a coward and she called him Custard. Again the sound K. Coward, called Custard. Then personification. You know what is personification? The fourth literary device used in the poem is personification. So in this poem, the poet uses the device personification with respect to Belinda's kitten, mouse and dog. So the second line of the fifth stanza, children, see here it is fifth stanza. The poet gives them all the human ability to speak and tease another being. They are seen teasing the dragon. Have you seen this stanza, children? Belinda tickled him. She tickled him unmerciful. Ink, blink and mustard. They rudely called him Percival. So here we can see there is a personification. What do you mean by personification, children? Yes, personification means gives human quality to animals. So here ink, blink and mustard. What they are doing there, children? Yes, they are teasing the dragon. They are teasing him. They rudely call him Percival. One more example is there, children, in the sixth stanza. In the next stanza, you can see ink and mustard rudely asked his age. Ink and mustard rudely asked his age. So, in the last stanza, they rudely called him Percival, and in the sixth stanza, they rudely asked his age. So, here in the second line of the fifth stanza and in the third line of the sixth stanza, yes, the poet has given them all the human ability to speak and tease another one or dragon. They are seen teasing the dragon. So in these two lines, we can see that they are seen teasing the dragon. So that is what is an example for personification. Personification, it's a poetic device used to give human qualities to animals. Clear? Then the next one in the same stanza, in the fifth stanza, we can see allusion. allusion. Allusion, you know. What do you mean by allusion? Reference to any person or place. So here we can see the word Percival. You know, Percival. Last class I told you, a hero. He was a knight in King Arthur's court. He was thought, yes, was a knight in King Arthur's court. He was thought to be a brave person, but what happened to him, children? But actually he was not courageous. He ran away due to the lack of courage. Okay, so he is compared to Percival. Percival means a hero or a knight, K-N-I-G-H-T, a knight in King Arthur's court. He was thought to be courageous. Actually, he was not courageous. So what did he do, children? Yes, he ran away from the court of Arthur due to the lack of courage. So here, ink, blink and mustard, they rudely called him Percival. So we know Percival is a reference to. Okay, so it's an example for allusion. So allusion, what do you mean by allusion? A reference to any person or place. Okay, so ink, blink and mustard, they rudely call him Percival. Then our next literary device is onomatopoeia, the use of sound words to create a dramatic effect. You know, the use of sound words. So in stanza number 7, you can see Much cried ink and cried Belinda. Okay, one more example. I'll give you one more example. And blink said weak in stanza 6. Have you seen the children? In stanza 6, we can see the word, see the line. And blink said weak, which is giggling for a mouse. So, weak, giggling, much, all these are sound words. All these are examples for onomatopoeia. So, what do you mean by onomatopoeia? The use of sound words to create a dramatic effect. A lot more literary devices are there, children. Anaphora is there. You know what is anaphora? A repetition is there. So, in this video, I have discussed the important literary devices used in the poem. Okay, children. So, read the poem thoroughly and you can find out examples for anaphora and repetition is also there. Okay, so children, let me wind up today's class. Thank you for your cooperation. You have to read the lesson thoroughly, children. Reading is very important. Okay, so don't waste the time, children. Read the lessons again and again. Repeatedly, you have to read the lessons, children. Then only you can present your answers in a suitable way. Okay, children, thank you for your cooperation. Have a nice day. Clear?